Mai rămas mai puțin de o săptămână până la startul Summitului NATO de la Ankara, iar tensiunile par să plutească în aer. Recent, președintele Donald Trump a transmis că este ridicol ca Statele Unite să suporte povara principală a NATO. Reamintim că luna trecută administrația americană a anunțat statele membre că vor reduce numărul de avioane și nave de război destinate operațiunilor din Europa. Mai multe informații despre miza summitului aflăm de la corespondenta Euronews de la Bruxelles, Shona Murray.
And I spoke to one NATO diplomat last night and I asked him about next week, and he said it's showtime. It's time for NATO to prove to the United States that those countries are well on their way to spending 5% of GDP on defence by 2035, as agreed at the last NATO summit. We know this is a major bone of contention for the United States. We heard from the US ambassador to NATO during the week, Matthew Whitaker, who used the term free riders when it comes to some European countries and American military assets. Also on the agenda for sure will be America's long-term commitment to the NATO alliance, to European security architecture. We know that the United States has pulled a lot of capabilities available to NATO, like B-52 bombers, F-16s, F-35s. And in addition, there will be a real push for the defence industry to basically ramp up production and spend more and build more weapons. Donald Trump last night on Truth Social saying that European countries abandoned the United States when it came to the war in Iran. He's talking about the fact that some countries like Italy, like Spain, refused access to the US military to their bases in those countries for the war in Iran. The UK did so initially, but then it allowed the US there. Other countries like Germany have always allowed the United States basing rights. So the picture isn't as clear-cut as he said, but he's certainly angry about this. And I caught up with his former US ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker, and I asked him about this situation and Trump's anger.
Donald Trump is always raging about something, and he's unhappy about European contributions, European defense spending, Iran, whatever it might be. But this is not going to be a blow-up of a NATO summit. It's actually going to be quite calm. First, I think he has a good relationship with Erdogan, and he doesn't want to rain on Erdogan's parade. Second, he is happy about NATO allies spending more on defense. And I think allies will say something nice about wanting to support security in the Persian Gulf when there's an opportunity to do so, trying to position themselves as helpful. And I think they're also going to try to take some positive steps on Ukraine, reaffirming this Pearl mechanism, the way in which Europe buys armaments from the United States and provides them to Ukraine.